you know, while I was coaching, whether it was VCU or Eastern Michigan, he put it on us pretty bad at the Bahamas this year. He put a show on there in the wind. What did you shoot there?
21 under.
21 under for 3 rounds in the wind, and which got him an exemption to Puerto Rico.
Open, baby.
Yeah. Which, tell us about that experience.
Yeah, you know, it was great. I played really nicely. I was familiar with the golf course, obviously playing an event there for 4 years. So I was pretty comfortable out on the links, but I just had one of those weeks where everything clicked, similar to the Bahamas. I putted really nicely, and I was able to finish 4th.
That was awesome. I don't know if it was one of those weeks. He's had a few of those weeks, and hopefully a lot more. So before we walk down and watch you play this hole and talk a little bit about strategy, talk to me. So you're coming up, and I said, are you happy that you're done with school now? And you said yes, but
I'm bored. So, look, professional golf, you have a lot of time on your hands, and I'm someone that always likes to be busy.
Right.
I don't, like sitting around. So it's been quite a challenge recently, to structure my time accordingly to make sure I have my whole day filled up and I'm not just sitting around on the couch or, feeling lonely or because I got no teammates anymore. Right. Everyone's back home. So you're all on your own. And I think that's something that not a lot of people know about professional golf is how lonely it can be out on the road.
And that is very poignant that he says that. You have a lot of alone time during these weeks after practice rounds. What do? Do you go watch a movie? You're always trying to find a restaurant to go to just to fill time. And I probably filled too much time with restaurant time when I was out here, on tour with the boys. But what we're going to do is let's watch, Kieron play this hole. Kieron, how do you play this hole? We have a 489-yard par 4, so obviously not a short hole, and it's not wide open. So talk us through it.
So by the looks of it, we got 302 to that bunk on the right. I'm just looking to hit a fade up the left side, and keep it short of that bunker. That's my plan for this hole.
Probably kind of like that, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
That doesn't suck. 300-yard little baby cut up the left side. So as you're playing, is this your first time playing the golf course?
Yeah.
So first time. What are you trying to get out of today more than anything?
Just looking at the lie of the land, more specifically, the greens. The course is pretty in front of you. There's not much to it.
Right.
But the greens have some slopes, and the greens seem a lot quicker than what it actually looks.
Yeah.
So just familiarizing myself with the slopes and where to be, where you want your golf ball to be, and that's about it.
Perfect. How comfortable are you getting out here? This isn't your first start on the PGA Tour. We see you've already got a top 5 under the belt, right? I'm
quickly familiarizing myself with it. This is where I want to be.
Right.
It's always been a dream of mine growing up. So I'm excited for what the future holds.
Perfect. So when you're out here, are you playing a lot by yourself in practice rounds? Do you pair up with former teammates or guys you played against in college? How do you go about, spending your practice round days?
Yeah, pairing up with some people. Today when I got on the first tee, there was no one really there, and they were like 4 guys already up in front. So I said to my caddy, Emmanuel, we're just gonna, practice, hit a couple balls, hit a couple shots, and see the golf course. Just take it easy. I'll be doing Q school in December and trying to fill up the rest of October and November with some PGA Tour starts.
Nice. All right, let's watch here. Let's see what you got in.
All right.
194, 195 slope.
Thank you.
What was that?
About 195.
195. I'm looking to hit a 6-iron right here. Wind helping a little bit.
Yup.
What's your ball flight? Do you cut it like you did off the tee, or are you gonna draw it in, or?
I think I'm gonna cut it a little bit, just left of the flag. Try cut it. Did not cut, but
Ball stayed pretty straight on you.
yeah.
So do you try and work the ball both ways? Do you hit it mainly cuts, mainly draws?
Off the tee, I mainly hit a cut, but I try and work it both ways as much as I can, depending on what I'm feeling with the wind and, you know, the shape of the green and the way it's sloping, and depending on what the number is, or also how I'm just feeling that day. Sometimes I'm just hitting cuts coming out, and that's just what I'll stick to.
Right. So let's go back to Puerto Rico. It's obviously, was it T4?
Yes.
Finished there.
Yes.
What was the one thing that sticks out that week about, you know, the whole experience?
That my game can hang with those guys, honestly.
Yeah.
I was in and around the lead for the most part of the golf tournament, especially, you know, through that third round and fourth round.
Right.
I had it slip a little bit at the end, but I was really proud of the way I managed myself.
Yep.
With everything that came with, you know, being an amateur, being my PGA Tour debut, and pretty much sharing the lead after 3 rounds.
Right.
And being in that final group. So we had a lot of people out there watching, so it was awesome. It was a good experience. I've never had that many crowds following me, cheering me on. They were cheering me on pretty good because I was the amateur. And it seemed that they wanted me to win, but yeah, it was awesome.
Well, you know, you had more than the crowds wanting you to win. I was there that week, I wanted to see you do well. But I remember, you know, I was on the range hitting some balls, and James Hahn, you know, came up and was like, "Hey, do you know Kieron?" And I said, "Yeah." And he was like, "I want to meet that kid. You know, I've seen him play." And so, you know, a lot of people are following you. A lot of people are rooting for you.
Thank you.
Talk to me about what we see here. What do we got?
Yeah, so pretty. I mean, from front to back, it's pretty steep. You know, pretty severe slope uphill, but we got the lie of the land pretty much running left to right, predominantly from that backside. If I do look at it, and a place to miss, if I do miss it off the tee, would probably be short left.
Yeah.
That way I can pitch up to either side of the green, wherever the flag is, and yeah, I think just speed is important.
Yeah.
You know, to give your putt a chance, but also make sure that you clean it up for 4.
Perfect. I love that. So he's talking about where he wants to hit it, but he knows from 190, 195 yards, you're not always going to hit perfect shots in here. So if you do leave it short left, like he's talking about, he's pitching straight uphill into the grain, uphill. You can be aggressive, and you're not having to play again on defense. You can be pretty aggressive and try and knock it in from there, and, you know, give yourself the best chance of getting up and down. Right side is definitely, you're going to be on defense. Everything's going to be going away from you. It's going to be really fast. It's going to be hard to control the spin. It's going to be hard to control the bounce. It's going to be hard to control the speed of the ball going by in the hole. So, you know, these are the things that these guys on tour are working on. They're looking at where they want to hit it, and then they're looking at where they don't want to hit it. And where's going to be our best lead to give themselves the best opportunity for par.